The elderly are known to be the most vulnerable to COVID-19, but the fallout of the pandemic is set to be more severe on children. The lockdown has forced them to stay indoors, away from school classrooms, and many are unlikely to return when the restrictions are lifted. This report tells you more.
The world is caught up in the fight against COVID-19. The elderly are known to be the most vulnerable to the deadly disease. But it is the younger ones, the children, who are turning out to be the biggest victims of this pandemic. As lockdowns began across the world, schools were one of the first places to be shut down. According to estimates, nearly 1.5 billion children have been stopped from going to school. They have been forced to stay home for long periods. And when the restrictions are finally relaxed, a majority of them might not return to classrooms. The risk of children dropping out of schools remains high across the world. Socio-economic factors dictate whether children are sent to school or not. And it is children who may bear the brunt of the pandemic's economic fallout. According to the International Labour Organization, 1.6 billion workers in the informal sector are set to lose their jobs. When workers lose their livelihoods, their children face dire consequences. All of those families will be left with poor means to survive and educate their kids, pushing children out of schools and into child labour.
If they are not able to go out and work for a day and earn some income day by day, because that's how it tends to work, their family won't eat that day. They won't eat and their family will not eat. And there is no social protection available to them. And that's why we do have to mobilise urgently and on scale the type of global solidarity which has to stand instead of the national social protection systems which are so badly lacking in far too much of the world.
Children stuck at home are not only in danger of losing access to education, they have also been witness to another disturbing trend. A massive surge in the number of domestic violence and abuse cases, something that will have a strong psychological impact on young minds.
Children are experiencing domestic abuse up and down the country, very sadly today. Almost 1 in every 5 children in the classrooms experiences the problem. It is a huge issue.
As the global health crisis rages on and the search for a COVID-19 vaccine intensifies, existing vaccines against major diseases are not being given to children. As all available medical resources are mobilized to fight the pandemic, routine immunizations have been severely disrupted, and parents are increasingly reluctant to take their children to health centers. Nearly a quarter of the world's unimmunized or partially immunized children, about 4.5 million, live in South Asia. And according to UNICEF, South Asia could face yet another health emergency if children across the region do not get their life-saving vaccine shots. The world is focused on dealing with the present, but it's the future of children that's in great peril. Bureau Report, WION.